How you doing, folks? Daryl Prell here, and today we're not talking sales, we're talking marketing, although often they overlap, so this applies in both worlds. And the marketing today is about video. Hey, here I am on a video talking about video. I get asked all the time about what's the kit that I use. They see me usually around trade shows, events, and this thing never leaves my sight. And this is, you're looking at it here. I'm going to go into detail on it. The reason I'm going to share this with you is because I couldn't find anything, shall we say, informative, a how-to when I was building this that resonated with me. So I had to figure it out on my own, and heaven forbid you have to do that. So let's walk through this together. So why do I have this in the first place? Great question. Whenever I'm at an event, there are other individuals at that event that are smart, whether there's the keynote speakers, maybe you get a lot of thought leaders, major bloggers, big personalities on LinkedIn, whatever, they're there. And you want to take their knowledge and bring it back to your community. You want to be seen between yourself and with them, build your own personal brand. And it's just really part of the whole content machine, right? Because if I do a good video with a good subject matter expert, then I can turn that around into a blog post or a lead magnet or a piece of content, whatever it is you want to do. So that's the whole purpose. That's why we do it. All right, so with no delays, let's get into it. The first thing you want to look at here is the DJI Mobile Osmo number 2. This is the gimbal, all right? So this is the second version, not the first version. And let me just zoom in a little bit on this whole thing for you. What I love about this gimbal is that it's light, all right? So the first version was a lot more robust, for lack of a better word, but now it's gone to all plastic. I'm okay with that. I've got a gorgeous all metal gimbal that also works on my DSLRs as well as my smartphones, and I love it, but it can get heavy after a while. The plastic on this one is fantastic. Best off, everything's within reach. So you hold it here and you can do whatever you want. You can record, you can reorient the camera, you can do whatever you want. You can move it manually with a joystick, you can zoom in, you can zoom out. Life is great, all within your thumb. So that's the first thing you need to know. The next thing you need to know is you've got the DJI app, and you see it recording right now. You probably see the backdrop of some of my studio, and this is brilliant. So this DJI app, I can do so much with. I can actually put it on auto follow. So if I want to be in front of the camera and just filming myself, I can pace, I can do whatever I want to do, and it will follow me. The other thing you can do is you can do time lapse, you can do lots of cool pans. So imagine you want to convey to your audience you're at the trade show, so you put it on a time lapse of you walking through the front doors, through all the exhibits, and ending up at the destination, wherever it is you want to go to. So boom, it's there. This is the energy. I am not a videographer. That makes me more talented than what I should be. So that's the first thing you need to know. All prices here in Canadian. This goes for $169 Canadian, all right? So let's move up. Next up here, and I'm going to broaden the frame here, this is my Manfrotto Lumi Muse lighting, all right? So that's kind of cool. This sells for $159. Now, let's talk about the lighting. I'm sorry, not this, but this right here. This is the Manfrotto Lumi Muse. You don't need to use this. I don't use this all the time. Right now I'm in the studio, so I'm not using this. But when you need lighting, it's handy to have. So that sells for $159 Canadian. And what's kind of cool about this one is it is all LED. It's all rechargeable. It holds its charge. It has, I think, up to 5 levels of intensity. And you can put different filters on it. So that's kind of cool. That gives me a lot of capabilities that I wouldn't normally have. Some people go with the ring lights. And the ring lights are either really big, like 12, 14 inches, 18 inches or more, which is too big for this rig, or they're much smaller and they clamp on the phone. The problem with that on a gimbal is this gimbal is always trying to balance that phone. So putting a clamped light on there, ring light on there, is going to throw off this whole motor. So that's why I went this route. So that's the next thing you need to know. All right, next thing you want to talk about here is probably, where do you want to go with this one? Let's go with the tripod. So the tripod is handy. So this is the Manfrotto Pixie, all right? And it goes for about $25 Canadian. It's very robust. You can get knockoffs on Amazon for like $5, $10, $15. You don't have to go with this route. I love this puppy. I can control the angle by pushing the button in and moving the head. So this gives me a lot of capabilities. The other part, though, is if I want to shoot myself or I want to interview a subject matter, here's the mic and let's go back and forth with the microphone. This is just set it and forget it. I'm not trying to hold this. Well, hold the gimbal and say, can I do this and have an intelligent conversation? So I just literally put this on the tripod and life is fantastic. So that's the tripod. That's the Manfrotto Pixie. Now, we talked about the light, we talked about the gimbal, we've talked about the tripod. Next up, we want to get into some of the other elements we have. So you notice that the light, for example, is being held on this bracket. This is a generic bracket, costs about 20 bucks. The beauty of this bracket is that I can screw it into the 1/4 inch threaded screw in the bottom of the gimbal, and then it's got another female 1/4 inch threaded through that the tripod can go into. So I can move this back and forth. It's got 2 hot shoe mounts. Plus I can use Velcro if I want to. You notice I have Velcro on the side here whenever I need it for cord management or something else. So that I can do that. I also have Velcro on the bottom here if I want to attach something else to the bottom, such as an iRig if you want to actually use that. So this bracket gives me that hot shoe, and it gives me this hot shoe, which is probably the next step, which is sound. So you don't need sound. Like if nothing else, if all you got was just this gimbal and your smartphone, this is an iPhone 10, then you're good to go. The interesting thing about sound though, is that often you're going to film in loud environments, all right? And you're going to film with different purposes. So at a trade show, it's loud. It's loud, and I can talk into this, and it might hear me, it might not, it might get picked up by other ambient noise. That's not what you want. So by feeding the sound directly in, you may notice here how this goes straight into the lightning jack. I'll explain that in a second. Then you get you totally control that. So that's the important part. But the problem I couldn't find when I was online was how to get the sound into the iPhone 10, because everything's designed for something earlier. So a 1/8 inch or a 3.5 millimeter stereo jack or TRRS jack on the phone, which of course I don't have here on an iPhone 10. So what do I do? All right, so what am I doing to get sound here? Well, I gave myself 2 different options. So this is the expensive piece. You do not need what I've got here, okay? Full disclosure, this is my splurge. This whole kit, so this is the audio receiver. This is the bonus microphone. This is the E835 from Sennheiser. All right, you got another transmitter that can go on any microphone, XLR base. So you see the XLR, right? So I just plug that into there, boom, screw it on, and I am good to go. So now I have either a hands-free microphone, boom, and I'm communicating here to the receiver, which is great for me when I'm in a loud environment talking back and forth, or with my guests, back and forth with my guests, or I have the wireless lav, right, with the clip-on microphone. So often if I'm filming, say, a keynote presenter, perhaps my CEO is presenting somewhere, I put this on his hip, wire up the lav mic on his lapel, put it there, and now that's going from this transmitter to this receiver and into the iPhone. So a lot of the recordings we have here at VanillaSoft are done exactly that way. Either me walking with the microphone, that way I can walk the show floor and do interviews, or my speakers wearing that and I capture them. So now I get lots of footage of us speaking at live venues with lots of crowd shots and noises and everything else. So all that is $1,059 Canadian for that whole kit. You don't need to do that, but there you go. All right, next up, how do I get the sound from there into there? So what you need to know is a couple things. So the Sennheiser has this wonderful cable that comes out, right? But then it stops at there's a 1/8 inch male plug right here. I then get the Rode SC4, and that goes for about $20, this cable. And that takes the TRS female adapter here, and it converts it into TRRS, which is what you need for your smartphones. That's both microphone, so audio and mic. And that goes into a male plug here. All right, so that's the SC4, Rode SC4. I then use this adapter, the Apple Lightning to 3.5 mil headphone jack adapter. That's about $10 Canadian. So it takes this connection here, which is again is the TRRS, and converts it to a Lightning adapter, which goes into my iPhone 10. So now the only consideration you need to be aware of on that front is that I'm really crunching that cable. I think you can see that all right there. It is really getting crunched. So I fully expect that's going to break eventually, and I'll have to replace that Apple cable. That's $10 to me. That's the cost of doing business. It is what it is, but that lets me be mobile. So that's everything. That is the gimbal. That is the DJI Mobile Osmo 2. That is the Manfrotto Pixie tripod. That is a generic off-the-shelf bracket. That is the Manfrotto LumiMuse light. That is my Sennheiser wireless sound kit, going to the Rode SC4 cable, going to the Apple Lightning adapter. All of that gives me all my sound, gives me my audio, gives me my video, gives me everything I want, and I'm perfectly mobile, so I can pick this up and away I go. Life is thrilling. All right, there's two of the things you need to know. The one thing is sometimes you just need a tripod. So if you need a tripod, what do? Well, in my case, what I got was the Manfrotto B-Free 1 compact travel tripod. It goes down super small. It's super light, and that one cost me $230 Canadian, all right? And you don't need that one, but, you know, when you're carrying this gear with you all over the show floor all day long, weight is everything. Finally, what do I carry it all in? Well, I got a bag here. This is the Manfrotto Windsor Camera Reporter Bag. Let me bring this into queue. There we go. Manfrotto Windsor Camera Reporter Bag. And what's cool about this is that my tripod goes right here, and then all my gear goes inside in wonderful kits, including a place for an iPad or a tablet. It's all fully padded, which I usually have either an iPad or a tablet, so I can edit on the floor. And I edit in both. I edit in both my iPad and in my MacBook Pro. So either way, there you go. And everything breaks down and goes in there, and life is grand. You know what's great about this particular bag? It checks airport no problem, all right? I just carry it as a personal item. It'll fit, even with the tripod, it'll fit underneath the airplane seat. So this never gets in the way. I just carry this gear, so I never risk losing the gear. So when you have that much money involved, you do not want to lose the gear. So with that all goes into my beautiful, I love this, my iPhone 10. And with that, it does everything for me. I love this thing. It's got fantastic video quality. I have no complaints whatsoever, so full endorsement for that. That's it. That's my gear. It does everything you need to do. I'll list everything with links so you can see it all. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Reach out to me. I'd love to share all the trials and tribulations I had pulling this together, all the lessons learned, shall we say. But if you need a mobile kit to build that content on the fly with you, no matter where you're going, this is it. Again, all you need is the gimbal to start and a phone, and the rest is purely optional. But this totally solves the problem for, the bouncy videos. I hate the bouncy videos. Also, I know Instagram TV, IGTV is huge. And of course, the problem with IGTV is it's not a landscape mode like this. It's a portrait mode. Well, guess what? This wonderful gimbal, through a little switch at the back, totally flips 90 degrees, and boom, now you're set for doing IGTV. So no matter what the social platform, no matter what the format you want, it's all there. That's the kit. I'm Daryl Prale. It's been great talking to you today. Take care, folks. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.